On one of the 15th century paintings, a UFO was allegedly found. The painting in question is the Madonna by Domenico Ghirlandaio. Many people would not have even heard of this painting if it were not for the strange object located in the sky. Many are convinced that it is nothing but a UFO. If you zoom in on the image, it does start to look suspicious. Nevertheless, there is still no definitive explanation for this mysterious symbol. Many experts believe that it could be some forgotten symbol that was possibly used in the 15th century, or a peculiar representation of a bright star. Either way, everyone can decide for themselves what they see in this mysterious detail. You can share your opinion in the comments on what this mysterious object really looks like. Van Gogh's The Night Cafe is a painting that you have definitely seen before. I'm sure many of you like it. If that's the case, give it a like, but only true art connoisseurs know the hidden secrets of this canvas. One of them is the encoded image of the 12 apostles. You probably know Leonardo da Vinci's famous fresco The Last Supper. There is an opinion that Van Gogh made a reference to this masterpiece on his painting The Night Cafe. He painted 12 visitors, and the character in white standing in the middle is an encoded image of Christ. By the way, you can see a hint of a cross in the window behind them. Another interesting fact about this painting is that Van Gogh did not use any black paint on it, even though he was depicting night. Instead, there are a large number of shades of blue and purple. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. Since we briefly touched on this work in the previous section, we cannot overlook it in more detail. There are many mysteries associated with the person of Leonardo da Vinci and his works. The Last Supper is considered one of the master's main masterpieces and, as many believe, contains a mysterious code. The fresco depicts Jesus and the 12 apostles. An Italian musician made an unexpected discovery. He drew a musical staff on the image and marked the hands of the characters in the painting with dots. According to him, these are encrypted notes. If you try to play them, you can actually get a melody. The credibility of this fact is added by the fact that according to the memories of contemporaries, Leonardo da Vinci was a good musician. There is also a theory that became popular thanks to the famous book and film The Da Vinci Code, that instead of the Apostle John, Leonardo depicted a woman, namely Mary Magdalene. However, it should be noted that most experts are skeptical of this hypothesis. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, another masterpiece of the great genius. Millions of visitors come to the museum every year to see the portrait of a woman with a mysterious smile, but they didn't even suspect all the secrets of the painting. One of them is the mysterious letters in the eyes of the Mona Lisa. Experts, with the help of a microscope, were able to see small letters LV in one eye and some less legible letters in the other. And in addition, under the bridge, which is located in the landscape behind Mona Lisa's back, experts also saw the number 72. And if the letters LV are most likely the initials of Da Vinci himself, then the meaning of the number 72 is unclear. By the way, another mystery of the painting is the unevenness of the landscape. The left side seems lower than the right. Various conspiracy theories have been expressed on this matter, but art historians adhere to a quite rational version. Thus, the artist emphasized the liveliness of the painting even more. It's like a still frame from a movie, not a frozen image. The painting Mona Lisa is over 500 years old and continues to surprise scientists with new puzzles. What awaits us in the future remains only a matter of speculation. Jan van Eyck. Portrait of the Arnolfini couple. Even if you're not familiar with the artist's name or the painting, you've likely seen it. Experts debate many details of this painting, such as the shoes left on the floor, the dog, the position of the woman's hand, and so on. But the main secret of the painting is in the background. It's the reflection in the mirror. It's almost impossible to see with the naked eye what's depicted there, but the artist not only depicted the reflection of the room, including the backs of the figures, but also painted his self-portrait. Above the mirror, there's an inscription that can be translated as "Van Eyck was here." The author of the painting left such an unusual autograph on the canvas. Michelangelo's creation of Adam. You may not know much about Michelangelo, but thanks to memes and pop culture, you have likely seen this image before. The creation of Adam is just one part of a massive fresco painted on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. On the right-hand side of the image is God, whose form, about 100 years ago, was thought to resemble that of a human brain. It is no secret that Michelangelo, like many other Renaissance artists, extensively studied human anatomy. What he actually meant by depicting the form of a brain in the painting remains a mystery. However, this fact is used in the television series Westworld. By the way, Michelangelo was not only a renowned painter but also a sculptor. The statue of David, perhaps the most famous sculpture in history, stands over 5 meters tall, and it is in this height that an interesting detail is revealed. When we look at the statue from below, David looks confident, but if we climb to the 5-meter height and look at his face, we can see an expression of fear and possibly aggression. One possible explanation for this is that Michelangelo, as befits a genius, imbued the sculpture with hidden meaning. After all, David is the hero of the famous story of his battle with Goliath, a giant who was several times taller than him. So, the expression on David's face reveals his true feelings before the battle. The surname of the Danish painter Hendrik van Antonissen may not seem familiar to you, but something interesting and mysterious happened with one of his paintings. In the 17th century, he painted this landscape, which hung in a museum until 2014. Then a restoration was carried out, during which an interesting detail was discovered. What is called "find one difference." Yes, many noticed the carcass of a whale washed up on the shore. In this way, the painting acquired some logic, because it was previously unclear what the people standing on the shore were there to see. Experts believe that the whale carcass was simply painted over some time after the painting was created, since in the 18th and 19th centuries, it may have been considered indecent. The painting, titled The Ambassadors, by Hans Holbein, becomes quite interesting if you look at its lower part. On the one hand, the canvas depicts French ambassadors of the 16th century. Next to them is a table piled with various objects, and at the bottom of the painting, there is a strange object. If you look closely, you can understand that it is a distorted skull. Thus, the author encrypted a hidden meaning. When a person is immersed in the routine of everyday life, they think little about death. They are preoccupied with other, sometimes insignificant matters. Death seems illusory to them. However, if you look closely and think about it, death becomes the main object in the painting, and everything else is secondary and insignificant. This is exactly what happens in our lives. Caravaggio and his painting Bacchus. Many great artists love to leave mysterious signs and symbols on their canvases. And let's agree, it makes studying paintings much more interesting. Caravaggio did the same in his work Bacchus. It depicts the ancient Greek god of wine. Standing next to him is a jug of wine. You need to zoom in on the image to see the barely noticeable self-portrait of the artist in the reflection. George Seurat's powdering the face of a girl. One of the mysteries of this painting is that it was executed in an unusual technique. Seurat is the creator of the original painting method called pointillism. This means that the entire picture consists of small dots that merge into a complete image. Usually, artists use masks. Powdering the face of a girl was painted in the 19th century, and back then, instead of a frame with a flower on the wall, there was a mirror hanging, and in the reflection in the mirror was a self-portrait of the artist. The thing is, Seurat had a romance with the heroine of this work, but for the public, these relationships were a secret. Therefore, a friend of the artist advised him to cover up his portrait and paint something else. Seurat did just that, and no one would have known that his portrait was originally there if not for the infrared analysis in 2014. This hidden image is the only self-portrait of the artist. Don't forget to like the video if you found it interesting. Also, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to always stay up to date with new videos. And of course, leave your comments under this video.